We have had a meeting this morning. The invitations went out through the office of the whip, and we didn't meet from 8 o'clock. We met from 9 o'clock, and we have just concluded part of the meeting. As you know, we do hold coalition meetings as a coalition, and we also hold meetings as a political party, and that's the Orange Democratic Movement, and as Wiper Democratic Movement, and as Ford Kenya, or as ANC. So this is part of the constant and regular meetings that we do hold when it's necessary. The first part of our business today was to deal with issues that are emerging in Parliament generally and in the Senate in particular. As you know, the is on the Building Bridges initiative, including the bill on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill that has been read for the first time in both houses. And therefore we were addressing that particular issue, the roadmap and the issues that are arising. And you know, the chairman, the co-chairman of the joint committee of the legal committees of both houses, the National Assembly and the Senate, is our distinguished senator from Nyamira, Senior Counsel Kongo Mugeni. He gave the coalition, the meeting, a brief on what has arisen from the committee and the road ahead, and members gave their views on that process. Secondly, we were dealing with questions of leadership within the coalition, and I don't want to predetermine the matter. I could hear one of you talking about the substance of what probably things we discussed. But I would urge you that at the end of by the end of the morning, we'll give you a further briefing on that question, because before the process is done and completed, it'd be premature for me to announce what we discuss in relation to the question of leadership within the coalition. And finally, as we know, the country is also going through challenging times, both on questions of the economy and the pandemic. And since this particular session of the Senate is going to be critical and crucial, consequential bills that will follow the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill, again, we had a general discussion on how we prepare ourselves for this very, very important period of our history in terms of legislative agenda. I think that's all I can say for the moment.
For this matter of leadership, are you saying that it was not discussed, or it is just waiting ratification?
There is no ratification. What I've said is that we're going to give you a full briefing once that discussion is concluded and the process is concluded.
Also, on the matter of the BBI, there seems to be issues that are arising with some members saying that that document could be opened. What is the position of NASA, and were you meeting as NASA or just ODM?
No, we are met as NASA, and we are going to show you the attendance, the invitations that were sent out. But when it comes to the BBI document, probably Senator Kongo Mugeni may say a word, but the importance of that process cannot be gainsaid. And that's why that in the discussion about the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill, Parliament has a critical role to play. It is the people, it is the promoters, it is the IBC, it is the county assemblies, it is the Parliament, and finally the people. So Parliament has a role, and that process has been undertaken And there are those who would want us just to announce the results of what has transpired as far as that discussion is concerned. But in my view, Parliament is not a voting machine to the people. So when there's an issue before it, the people will want to hear what Parliament says about it. But you would know as a matter of fact that the BBI process is supported and the NASA coalition is supporting the process. But what we say about it, both in terms of process and content, is a completely different question. And nobody should think that Parliament and then club, and people should not be childish about these very, very important issues that are confronting the nation. And you know, if you go to history, the manner in which changing Kenya from one party, from multi-party to one party, from one party to multi-party, those were historical questions discussed at a particular period of time. And we will not want vanity and childishness to prevail in a matter as important as this.
Let me ask, Mr. In your view, and maybe the entire group, the contention is 257 is a fairly new way of doing things, amending the constitution in Kenya. Is it your contention that the role of Parliament should reopen?
No, Roko, you are completely out of order.
I'm asking.
No, but you should have a memory. Constitution of Kenya 2010, after the bill had gone through the experts, was it brought to Parliament?
It was?
Yeah, it was brought to Parliament. Did Parliament debate it?
It did.
Did Parliament propose amendments? It did.
It did.
Yes. Therefore, it is not something that you can wish away. We have a precedent,
yes,
which was established by the same committee of experts which came out with these provisions. Yeah. Now, what Parliament does about it, the Constitution has spelled it out very well. So that's what I'm saying. People are turning around a very important debate into a process in which, even in a baraza, people should not be talking. A chief's baraza. These days, if you go to the countryside, you hear what people say in meetings, in town hall meetings. And if you listen to the public participation during this process, single individuals, Kenyans who came and addressed Parliament on the issues that they thought were critical, we have reached a situation where we should remember that whatever we say and do, it is in the name of the people, and we must take that very, very, very seriously.
Senator, do you feel we have people maybe trying to hijack the process?
There's no hijacking. There's no hijacking at all. And you know, as a coalition, and if I talk for the party Orange Democratic Movement, we are fully committed to BBI. That does not mean that if the matter is brought before the House, we simply turn ourselves into voting machines.
So, but also, Senator, there are those, like the chairperson of the JLAC in the National Assembly is of the opinion that if we do open, we are going back to the whole process afresh.
Who has said that we are going to open? Who has said that?
Probably when you're saying that you're not going to turn yourself into voting machines.
Who has said that? Who has said that?
You said you're not going to turn yourself into voting machines.
Into a voting machine, for example, when we make a determination in terms of the issues that were brought before the House, we must answer those questions. We must answer those questions. Like when the Kenya National Bureau of Standards, which is a statutory body, comes and addresses Parliament, we cannot take that for nothing. They require an answer. We didn't create that body, or the IBC brings issues before Parliament. or the Kenya Law Reform Commission. By the way, this, you heard it, the person who drafted this amendment bill came and gave views. Yeah, now go and look at what he said instead of asking me. And he thought Parliament has a role, Senate and the National Assembly. Kenya, yes.
You know, Mr. Orengo, the confusion is you're not actually coming to break down what that role is. I think that's where the confusion is. What is this role?
To amend or
in
not
this
to amend?
particular case? Can you
That's the
alter
puzzle.
even a comma in the document?
Those were the issues that were brought. Yeah. I don't know what Oruko, you understand English.
No.
Yeah, that is an issue that was brought before the joint committee, whether we can amend or not. Now, the committee has to make a decision. It's not me. Yeah. If you ask for my personal view, it will be very different.
Please,
But
what's your
it was-
personal view?
What is your personal view?
What is your personal view?
I don't want I don't want to say that.
Chair is here.
No, I think.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, I was spoken about.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to add.
You have heard it.